We talk so much about red flags, all the little warnings that tell you someone is wrong for you. But what about the green flags, the signs that someone might actually be right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut through all that confusion and look at 6 clear, Islamically rooted signs of sincerity to watch for in a potential partner.
Okay, let's just get right to the heart of it, to that quiet question so many of us ask ourselves. Is he a sign from God, or is this just another test? I mean, this is a huge decision. It shapes your faith, your peace of mind, and really the person you're going to become. When you're stuck between what everyone else is telling you and what you're hoping for, it's so easy to wonder if this person is a true blessing or just another trial.
Now, what's really interesting here is how we kind of have to reframe our whole way of thinking. You see, the world is constantly selling us this soulmate formula, this idea that there's a perfect person out there who's going to complete you. But Islam doesn't give you a formula. It gives you something so much better, a framework for recognizing sincerity. The goal isn't to find perfection, it's to find protection for your heart and for your faith. So, and this is the crucial point, right? We are not looking for a flawless man or some guaranteed happily ever after. These signs are really just indicators of his character and his direction in life. Think of them as clues that this is a person who will help you walk toward God, not pull you further away from him.
All right, let's jump into our first and honestly most important sign, how he impacts your faith. This goes way beyond just how he makes you feel. It's about how he makes you remember God. That right there is the foundation for everything. So what does that even mean? Faith-based compatibility or compatibility in deen? Well, it's not about being super strict or putting on a big public show of piety. It's about a deep, quiet respect for God. And you'll see it in the small choices he makes when nobody's watching. The way he prays, how he talks to people, or how he handles his responsibilities. A man who truly protects your faith just creates a safe space for it to exist. He respects your personal connection with God without trying to control it. You're never going to find yourself in a situation where you have to choose between him and your principles. You won't feel like you have to hide your values or lower your standards just to make him happy. Instead, you'll feel this sense of ease, this feeling that with him, your faith can actually grow, not shrink. And this saying from the Prophet, peace be upon him, just puts it all into perspective. See, best here isn't about grand romantic gestures. It's measured by how safe your faith and your heart feel when you're with him. That quiet protection, that's the truest measure of a good partner.
All right, moving on to our second sign, and you'll see how this builds on the first. It's all about consistent character. Who is this person when the curtains are closed and there's absolutely no one around to impress?
Look, anyone can put on a performance. It's easy to be charming, to use all the right religious phrases, and to seem completely trustworthy. But character is what's left when that performance is over. It's about consistency. It's how he handles a disagreement, respects your boundaries, and says sorry without making a bunch of excuses. A performance can feel really exciting at first, but it's true character that builds real, steady trust over time. And here we go again. We see the emphasis Islam places on this. Faith isn't just a list of rituals you check off, it's completed by having good character. It's really the ultimate sign of a person's inner state, and it's the bedrock of any stable, healthy relationship.
Okay, sign number 3, responsibility without ego. And this one is a big deal. It's about finding a man who not only takes his commitment seriously, but also has the humility, the strength to admit when he's made a mistake.
Pride is a silent killer of connection. A fragile ego can turn a simple misunderstanding into a week of silent treatment, all because it refuses to let the truth into the room. A man who can't say, you know what, I was wrong, creates an environment where problems can never, ever truly be solved. So, what does a mature man do instead? Well, he doesn't get all defensive when he's corrected. He doesn't see sincere advice as some kind of personal attack. He actually listens, he reflects, and he's willing to adjust his course. He understands that being accountable doesn't make him weak. It makes the entire relationship stronger and safer for both of you. And this shows us that the ability to both give and receive sincere advice, or nasiha, is right at the very heart of our faith. So a man who values this is showing real spiritual strength. He's creating a foundation where two people can actually grow together without tearing each other down. Now on to sign number 4. And this one debunks a major myth we hear all the time: why shared values are so much more important than just having matching personalities. Oh, this is such a crucial distinction. Look, a fun personality makes things pleasant, right? You might like the same movies or have the same sense of humor, but shared values, that's what makes a life together possible. Think about it. Personalities change over the years, but your core values, what you believe about family, faith, honesty, and responsibility, those provide a stable foundation that can get you through any storm.
And this is the perfect way to picture it. Compatibility isn't about two people being exactly the same. It's about two people walking in the same direction, side by side, heading toward the same ultimate goals, even if their steps, their styles, and their personalities look a little different along the way.
Okay, let's look at our final two signs, which are actually deeply connected. First, we're talking about the inner peace that comes from seeking God's guidance, and second, the outer purity that's reflected in his respect for boundaries. First up is istikhara, the prayer for guidance. It's so important to understand that this isn't about waiting for some magical dream or a sign in the sky. It's a really practical prayer for clarity. You're just asking God, simply, if this is good for me, please make it easy. And if it's bad for me, then please turn it away. The answer often comes as this feeling of inner peace and clarity, a settling of your mind, not some dramatic, loud sign with fireworks. And that feeling of peace brings us right to our sixth sign, his respect for purity. A man of sincere faith fears God more than he follows his own desires. He's not going to be the one pushing your boundaries or making you uncomfortable. In fact, he's attracted to the idea of keeping things honorable and pure. And, a huge indicator of this is the company he keeps. This quote is just so telling, isn't it? A person's friends are more than just casual company. They are a direct window into his character and his future. If his inner circle is full of men who hold each other to a high standard, that's a powerful sign. And if they don't, well, that's an equally powerful warning. So, as we bring this all together, the main idea becomes crystal clear. This journey, it isn't about passively waiting for some perfect person to just show up. No, it's an active process of learning how to recognize sincerity when you see it. And it is so vital to remember that these signs are not a crystal ball. They don't predict the future or guarantee a perfect, problem-free marriage. Their real purpose is protection. They're a framework to help you choose with clarity instead of desperation, and with wisdom instead of just fantasy. Ultimately, even when someone seems absolutely right, the final outcome is always with God. But having a framework for sincerity allows you to move forward with confidence. So trust the process. Look for these signs, and above all, trust the author of your destiny more than the few chapters you can currently see.